Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Today, we're going to be diving into the world of wealth building.
But not in the way you might think. We're not talking about yachts and sports cars.
Right.
We're talking about the millionaire mindset.
We've got some incredible insights to share with you today, taken directly from people who build substantial wealth.
And it might surprise you to learn that it's less about how much you earn.
And more about how you think about money.
So, if you're ready to unlock the secrets of the millionaire mindset and start thinking your way to wealth,
Let's dive right in.
one of the most surprising things that we found in our research.
Is that millionaires are kind of obsessed with their savings rate?
Yeah,
More so than tracking every dollar they spend.
it's true.
What do you think about that?
Well, it's like they're playing chess, not checkers, with their finances, right?
Okay.
They're thinking several moves ahead. They're focused on building that long-term wealth.
And that's reflected in their savings rate.
Yeah.
The average millionaire aims for a savings rate of 20%, compared to the average person who's aiming for around 5%.
Huge difference.
Big difference.
Yeah.
And it makes a huge impact over time.
That's fascinating because it sounds like it's more of a mental shift.
Absolutely.
It's moving away from a scarcity mindset.
to a growth mindset.
It is. It's about shifting from, can I afford this, to how can I grow my wealth?
I love that.
Because it's not about deprivation. It's about...
It's changing how you're looking at things.
Exactly.
And we actually found an example of this in our research.
One millionaire who built a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio said,
That he was never flashy with his spending.
even after he achieved success, he was always laser-focused on saving and reinvesting at least 30% of his income.
Right.
So instead of stressing over that, $50 dinner out with friends,
Imagine if you had a system in place where a significant portion of your income,
was automatically going into savings and investments each month.
Yeah.
It's not about depriving yourself.
it's about prioritizing that long-term growth.
Exactly. And that's where the magic of compounding really comes in.
Because even if you're only investing a small amount consistently over time, those returns start to compound.
They create this snowball effect, and that builds significant wealth.
So give me an example of what that might actually look like for somebody.
Sure. So let's say you start with an investment of $10,000.
Okay.
And you're earning a 7% annual return.
In that first year, you're going to earn $700.
Okay.
But here's the thing, in year 2, you're not earning 7% on that original $10,000.
You're earning 7% on $10,700.
Oh, I see.
And this continues year after year.
It just keeps building.
Exactly. So those returns compound. They build on each other.
And over time, that creates a really dramatic difference in your long-term financial picture.
So small, consistent actions.
Fueled by a good savings rate can lead to really big results.
Absolutely.
Now, one thing I noticed in the research is that these millionaires, they're not just relying on willpower alone.
Right.
They're building systems
They are.
that set them up for success.
Yeah, they understand that creating systems and automating their finances is key.
It's like putting your wealth building on autopilot.
It takes the emotion out of it, ensures that they stay on track.
I love that because I am all about automating as much as possible,
In all areas of life.
but especially when it comes to personal finance,
And this actually reminds me of the 50-30-20 rule.
which is a great example of a system that can help you manage your money more effectively.
So tell me a little bit more about this 50-30-20 rule.
Yeah, so the 50-30-20 rule is a really simple framework for budgeting, where you're allocating 50% of your after-tax income towards necessities,
Okay.
30% to your wants, and then 20% to savings and investments.
50% on necessities, though. That feels like it could be a little bit tight for some folks.
Yeah, it depends on your situation and your goals, right?
Yeah.
But the idea is not to be rigid with the percentages themselves.
It's more about having a conscious plan for your money. So when we're talking about necessities, we're talking about things like housing,
right.
groceries, transportation, essential bills. And then the wants would be things like dining out, entertainment, hobbies, travel, things that bring you joy but aren't absolutely essential.
Okay.
And the key here is to be mindful of where your money's going
Right.
and make adjustments as needed based on your priorities and goals.
So it's less about, saying no to all the fun stuff.
Exactly.
It's more about making sure that you've got that balance.
Absolutely. It's about finding that sweet spot between enjoying life today
Right.
and setting yourself up for financial freedom in the future.
I like that.
And that's really where that 20% for savings and investments comes in.
Okay.
That's what's going to fuel your future wealth.
And is that something that a lot of these millionaires are doing? Are they actually setting aside that 20%?
Yeah, a lot of them automate it.
So they're having that money automatically transferred to their savings and investment accounts.
Love it.
So they don't even have to think about it.
It's already done.
It's done. It's like having a personal finance assistant working for you 24/7, silently building your wealth in the background.
That's the dream.
Right.
I love that. And, speaking of long-term thinking, one thing I was really curious to unpack
Yeah.
in our research was how millionaires approach retirement planning.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for a lot of us, it feels very daunting and very mysterious.
It can be.
Yes.
It feels very far off.
It does.
So a lot of people just kind of push it aside.
Right.
But millionaires approach it very differently.
Okay.
They see retirement planning as just another piece of the puzzle.
Of their strategic financial plan.
So while we're worried about paying next month's bills, they're already thinking about how this is going to play out.
Yeah, they're playing the long game. They understand that time is their greatest asset
Okay.
when it comes to investing. The earlier they start, the more time their money has to grow.
And they're being strategic about it, right? They're not just throwing money into a random account.
Exactly. They're leveraging tax-advantaged accounts.
Things like 401k, Roth IRAs, to really maximize their returns and minimize their tax burden.
So not only are they earning more, but they're keeping more as well.
Exactly.
Which is a beautiful thing.
It is. It's about being smart and strategic with your money.
Okay.
And that's a big part of what sets that millionaire mindset apart.
So we've got the high savings rate, we've got building those systems, we've got automating our finances.
Thinking long-term, planning for retirement. But there's one more piece of the millionaire mindset puzzle that I think we need to talk about.
What's that?
And that is taxes.
Taxes. Yeah, that's everyone's favorite topic.
I know nobody likes to talk about it, but
It is a critical part of building wealth.
it is.
And I think millionaires understand that minimizing their tax burden is just as important as maximizing their income.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
They're always looking for those legal and ethical ways to reduce their tax liability.
Okay.
So they can keep more of what they've worked so hard to earn.
So are they playing by like a different set of rules?
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
They just play the game smarter. They're taking advantage of all the legal deductions and credits and strategies available to them.
They might hire financial advisors, tax specialists,
Okay.
to help them navigate those complexities.
So it's about being proactive and informed
Exactly.
so you can make the best decisions for yourself.
Yeah. And there are a lot of different strategies they might use.
Like what?
Well, they might use those tax-advantaged investment accounts we talked about.
Right.
The 401k, Roth IRAs, HSAs.
To shield their earnings from taxes.
Okay.
They also might invest in real estate or start businesses which come with their own set of tax benefits.
Interesting. So it's not just about earning more. It's about being smart about how you manage
Exactly.
what you're earning.
It's about playing that long game and setting yourself up for success both today and in the future.
Okay.
And that's what really sets that millionaire mindset apart.
So we've talked about a lot today.
We have.
Savings rates, automation, retirement planning, tax optimization.
And I think it's clear that building wealth really requires a multifaceted approach.
It does. It's not about luck or inheritance.
It's about adopting that right mindset, building those solid financial habits.
And making those informed decisions that are going to support your long-term goals.
I completely agree. But I also think it's important to remember that
We've been talking about strategies and systems and numbers.
true wealth goes beyond just money.
Oh, absolutely. It's about creating a life of purpose and meaning and fulfillment.
Yes.
It's about using your financial resources to pursue your passions.
To support causes you believe in, to make a positive impact on the world.
And that brings us to what I think is maybe the most important takeaway.
From our deep dive into the millionaire mindset today.
And that is that it's not about the money itself.
It's about what the money allows you to do.
It's about the freedom and the security and the opportunities
that come with financial well-being.
Yes, it's about having the resources and the flexibility.
To design a life that you love.
Absolutely.
And that's a goal that I think is worth striving for.
No matter where you are on your financial journey.
Absolutely.
So we've really uncovered the secrets of the millionaire mindset.
And it's not about, those exclusive clubs or secret handshakes.
Right.
It's about making those conscious choices and taking strategic action.
But I imagine it can feel kind of overwhelming for people.
When they're thinking about, okay, how do I implement all of these different strategies at once?
Absolutely.
So if there's one key takeaway that our listeners can focus on this week.
To start shifting their money mindset towards that long-term growth, what would it be?
Well, as we were doing all this research for this deep dive.
One question that really stood out to me was, what one small rule or system could you implement this week?
To shift your money management towards that long-term growth.
I love that because it cuts through all the noise
Exactly.
and makes you get really specific.
It's about taking action.
Because it's not enough to just say, oh, I want to save more or I should invest.
Right.
It's about identifying that one concrete step that you can take today to move you in the right direction.
So that could be like we were talking about setting up that automatic transfer.
Into your savings account.
Absolutely.
Or maybe it's finally making that appointment with a financial advisor.
To get some help.
Yeah.
Or maybe even something as simple as just downloading a budgeting app on your phone.
And just tracking your spending for a week.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Even just becoming more aware of your financial habits.
That's a huge first step.
Exactly. So pick something achievable.
That you can actually commit to this week.
Yeah.
And then build from there.
Because small changes done consistently over time lead to remarkable results.
They do.
It's like that old saying, right?
Yeah.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
So true.
And I think the other thing to remember is the power of momentum.
Once you start implementing one positive change, it creates this ripple effect in other areas of your life as well.
It's so true. You start making healthier choices overall.
Exactly.
It's like you've leveled up your financial awareness.
You got it.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the millionaire mindset today,
I think the biggest takeaway is that it's not about the money itself.
it's about what that money allows you to do.
The freedom, the security,
The opportunities that come with financial well-being.
being able to pursue your passions,
Yep.
support your loved ones.
Make a positive impact on the world.
Absolutely.
And it all starts with that first step.
No matter how small. So what will yours be?
That's our deep dive for today. We hope you surface with some valuable insights and feel empowered to take control of your financial future.
Remember, building wealth. It's a journey, not a destination.
And it's a journey we can all take together.
And if you're looking for more resources or tools to help you along the way, be sure to check out our show notes.
For links to everything that we talked about today, until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.